Hi, I have in front of me here a receiver unit for use in conjunction with the Labgear 4x4 4K matrix. So basically the function of this is to allow us to take an output from a Cat5 signal here, convert it over to a HDMI output which we can run to a local monitor. We can add up to 4 of these with the 4K matrix that we have here, and then the second thing that it can do is it can allow us, using these IR sensors here, to both control the matrix but also control the set-top box, such as the skybox feeding directly into it. So let's look at the component parts of it. We have the outer box here, we have a user manual which you can see here, we have a remote control, and this allows us to come along and choose whether we're going to have input 1, 2, 3 or 4 selected using this on whatever output we have this set up on. And then we have the main unit here, so we can see here we have the Cat5 input here and it converts over to a HDMI output. I'll just very briefly demonstrate this. So if we're running this at output number 1, what we do is we come along, we have a Cat5 cable here, and we simply come along and we input it here. And now what we could do is we could get a HDMI lead, run it from here directly over to a TV, and we'll have the output onto that TV directly from whatever input we've chosen to go with it. So we could be choosing input 1 to 4 there, depending on how we have the matrix set up. Now, if we came along and we said, well, that's not sufficient for us, we'd like to go a little bit further, we'd like to actually be able to control the matrix, what I do here is I grab the first of our 2 sensors here, and this sensor sits in here, and I grab the remote control that goes with it, and now all of a sudden I can start choosing which of the inputs to choose, and I'm choosing it now from the remote location. And remember, because of the way this is powered, we have a run of up to 70 meters here which we can power this over, so it's very impressive from that perspective. If we said we want to go a step further than that again, and we'll say we're having the input from input number 4 here, and it's connected to the skybox, and we'd actually like to control the skybox, once again this unit can support it with the matrix. So we'd come along, we'd put the sensor in here, connect it on, and run it, we'll say, directly over to where the skybox is, and we'd grab a remote control from the skybox. It'll take the signal from the remote, pick it up on the sensor, run it through the Cat5 cable, which of course is running picture in one direction, but control signal in this direction, runs it down here, and runs it through this cable to the skybox. It makes the skybox aware that we want to change to channel 101 or 501, whatever. So it's really, really good. These units here, they're available in a modular format. So when you're buying the matrix, you can choose to buy 1, 2, 3 or 4 with it. There's a max of 4 obviously on this particular unit. It just works really well. The modular format will really suit people because they're making a decision initially. You don't want to spend a lot of extra money on modules maybe they want to use, because you might be using, we'll say, this unit on the further away TVs and the closer ones to the matrix. You might be making a decision just to run a straight HDMI thing, and that's why we've given it in a modular format. So that's it anyway. An overview of the receiver units for use with the 4x4 matrix units from Labgear.